Welcome back, everyone. This is part 5 of the King's Castle. King James along with Blair Chopin.
What's up?
And now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show, where we get to tell you what's hot for the week. Blair, I think you should go first this week.
Oh, I get to go first?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know what I talked about last week, but I've been reading a couple of books.
You mentioned a couple of podcasts last week.
Okay.
So
I'll go the book route this week. I finished a book called Consider the Lobster, which is a funny name for a book, but it's David Foster Wallace. He's a very famous writer for Rolling Stone, or he was, because he tragically passed away in 2008. And I always heard that he was such an intelligent writer and everything, but I never really read any of his work. So I read this, and this was a collection of essays. There was about all kinds of topics. The title was named after he wrote about going to the Maine Lobster Festival. He wrote about following John McCain around in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote about going to the porn award show, which was very funny. Very funny. That was like a 50-page essay, and it was very funny. And all kinds of topics. And it was just very interesting because I really liked his writing style and everything. And if no one has read any of his work before, I would recommend that. I also finished a J.D. Oh God, why am I blanking on the name? J.D. Salinger's famous book. Oh God.
You can't think of the title?
Hold on, 1 second.
Pulling out the magic phone, folks.
Yeah, Jesus. Let's forget everything. The Catcher in the Rye from 1951. Classic book. Finally read it, and I really enjoyed it as well. I love the main character in there, the little 16-year-old.
Oh, so you're going a little bit old school as far as what's hot this week.
I'm even going old school and suggesting books.
Hey!
Also, watch Last Chance U on Netflix if you haven't. I love that show.
Hey, remember, reading is fundamental. There's no such thing as old school when it comes to reading.
James, when's the last time you've read a book? People don't read books anymore.
Blair, this is a family show. I'm trying to give a lesson. I'm trying to give a lesson to the children out there, if you know what I mean.
I thought when you said at first this is a family show that you were going to say you read a book that was very unfriendly to families.
No!
The last book I read was The Hooters Calendar.
Oh! You're going to get me in trouble. Anyway, as far as my pick for what's hot for the week, this Monday night on Fox at 8 p.m. 7 Central, it's the performance finale of So You Think You Can Dance the Next Generation. We are down to the final 4. They'll compete one last time for America's votes, and the votes from this week will be combined with the votes from last week to crown a champion who will take home $250,000. So make sure you check that out, because I gotta say, for kids ages 8 to 13, these guys this season really know what they're doing. I've been watching it very intensely, and I'm very impressed. So make sure you check that out. So You Think You Can Dance the Next Generation Monday night on Fox.
James, you also know what the start of this weekend is, right? It's time. It's mascot head season.
Indeed.
It's time.
College game day starts this Saturday.
So we're gonna pick 5 games every week. Okay, let's do this on this segment. We got time.
Yeah.
Number 3 Oklahoma versus number 15 Houston. Who do you like in that one, James? It's being played in Houston.
Honestly,
big game.
This is the Sooners, right?
Oklahoma Sooners and the Houston Cougars.
All right.
Which is the kind of women you run into.
With all due respect to Houston, because they say everything's bigger in Texas, I gotta pay homage to my good buddy, good old JR. I'm going Boomer Sooner.
Okay, we're having our first disagreement. I like Houston at home in that game. Okay, and we're going to pick this game because it's being played in a really cool place. Georgia Tech and Boston College. Being played in Dublin, Ireland.
How did they arrange that?
I'm not sure, but it's 7:30 a.m. kickoff in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, 90. I'm going with Boston for that.
Yeah, you got to go with Boston when they're playing in front of the Irish. Yeah, we're going Boston College with that one. Oh, James. Oh my gosh, this is a doozy. Playing in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. We got number 18 Georgia against number 22 UNC.
You mean University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill?
Yes.
All right.
Very torn on this.
I gotta say, for this one, just because I know UNC has a very bad history with the football, I'm going with Georgia.
But UNC was really good last year in football.
If you ask me, 1 year doesn't make a difference.
Oh my gosh, very harsh on the Tar Heels. You're going to get a lot of hate mail from the Tar Heels fans.
Now, granted,
there are two fans that actually pay attention.
Let me just explain something here. I am from North Carolina, and I am a Tar Heel fan, but I gotta be fair when it comes to picking sports. So I have to try to stay unbiased and make my opinion based on stats, not on favoritism.
I know you're an unbiased man, but this one's really a toss-up for me. I feel like Georgia's more talented, but they're very young. Carolina's riding some positive mode. I'm gonna go with Carolina, my alma mater. Let's see. We've got number 20 Southern California against number 1 Alabama. Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Gimme. Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And then Monday night on Labor Day. Big game. Number 11 Mississippi plays number 4 Florida State. Tough one, James.
Let's see.
This game's being played in Orlando, Florida.
Florida. Let me get this straight. You said it was Mississippi and Florida State?
Yes, Ole Miss.
Well, Florida State University and Florida State are two different teams, right?
No, this is Florida State University.
This is FSU?
Yes.
All right. Based on what I know about the past couple of seasons, I have to go with Florida State.
Ooh. Why? But Ole Miss has been good the past couple seasons too.
Well, for the longest time, Florida State was ranked number 1, and they went undefeated up until the championship. So they have a good chance to bounce back.
But that was like 2 years ago. This is like picking games with my grandma. I love this. Well, what team has my favorite color in it?
You really think I'm that old, Sonny? I'm only 26, but sometimes I feel like I'm 102-year-old Mr. Periwinkle.
Oh man, Mr. Periwinkle's back. We missed him. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss in this one.
Okay.
And that's our 5 games this week.
Right. So
it's a kind of new segment for us.
So we'll have to see if
we'll see who was right.
The 5 guys and the crazy mascot guy Corso agree with us this week. But anyway, that about wraps it up for tonight here on the King's Castle. So thank you again, Blair.
You're welcome.
And until next time, the King loves you.
I caught your kiss. We're just going to stay frozen like this for a while.